Okay. Okay, now, hopefully this will all get recorded. We'll see. This is Madison 999, playing Warframe. And what I want is to have a little short little talk. And this talk is about
I've been
what...
thinking, operator. I thought you'd want to know.
Shut up, Ortis. What I want to talk about is what is going on with these YouTube people who are covering, I mean the big ones, who are covering, and I'm not naming anybody and I'm not calling them out. It's not them who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the ones that are covering Warframe, and how DE, and this is my conspiracy theory, this is my belief, right? That DE is using them to make adjustments to their game. And I just want people to be aware of when you see a whole bunch of content creators on YouTube talking about the same thing and how overpowered it is or how powerful it is or how it gives you an advantage. Just notice how very shortly after that it gets nerfed. The last one was the nerf we just had to Eclipse, Exodia, Contagion, and you know, the whole combination of Arcane Arachna, Exodia, Contagion, and Eclipse. They are trying to attack that. They did attack that. They nerfed it. And notice how we had all this content coming out that was showing people how to utilize those three things in order to have high damage. Okay, that's just one example. Remember the AOE nerf they had right before they had that? They were all teaching us how, oh yes, how the Kuba Brahma, you know, they were all talking about AOE techniques, right? Then so shortly after that, DE nerfs, I mean not just the Kuba Brahma, but AOE period, right? They try to destroy AOE, which is a very fun aspect of Warframe, by the way. See, long time ago and far away, we had the council. I forget exactly what it was called. It was like a players' council. It was a group of people, and although they might have had millions of players, the only people that you would listen to was this little council that they had. Some of which was composed of their little personal friends, right? Nobody knew what the mystery of getting on the council was, because it wasn't about contributing. Because you can contribute all you want and never be asked to be on this little council. So I think you did have to be a founder. I'm not sure, but in any case, there's a small little group. And later on, D disbanded the whole council thing. Well, why do they need the council anymore? They had the YouTube partners, right? And even though they have mostly disbanded YouTube partners, they still, for free, they don't need the partners, because there's people on there that are getting advertisement to cover Warframe. They don't need DE, but they can for free just go on YouTube and see what they're talking about, right? So at that time they were listening to them, and which was a lot of elite players who didn't care about mid-level play. They didn't care about beginning play. All they cared was making everything hard and elite, right? So, but D was listening to them, okay? So through them, they ended up nerfing a whole bunch of stuff, right? But D has continued to be on this nerf train. They just do it a different way, you know, I believe, okay? Just let me know that. I was gonna let you know that it's just my belief that they now are going online and they're looking at people. They might be going into forums. You know, they put their hands on these forums, right? They don't just let these forums go free. They're always in there, one way or the other, right? Reddit, for example, is one of them. I don't know. I don't follow Facebook that hard for Warframe, but I do know that wherever the presence of are of a large amount of people who are talking, DE somehow slips in there and finds a way to have some kind of control mechanism. Okay, so basically they're looking at all this and they're saying they're utilizing it in order to make these adjustments, and for some reason it's never positive. It's always a nerf, right? Don't you notice that every update that we have, there's a nerf that comes with it? Did you notice that? You know, it's like they just can't help themselves. They just got to do it like that. Can we have some updates without nerfs? Is it possible, DE? Can you possibly do that? You know, it's not funny and it's not fun, and we shouldn't have to look forward to a nerf every time you do an update. But anyway, I regurgitate. Just look at things. It's not much we can do about it, but I'm just saying this as a point of observation, that when you see all these people talking about, especially when they're all talking about the same thing, incoming nerf. Okay, especially when there's like an update or something coming up and you notice that they're all talking about the same thing. I notice it. It's very hard for me not to call out some, but you know, on that Eclipse nerf, yeah, I noticed there's a whole bunch of these big YouTube people talking about Eclipse and Exodia Contagion and Arcade Arachne. I saw them, you know, just right before it came out. You just keep your eyes open. Okay, that's just what I wanted to talk about. And you guys have fun, and don't get too serious about it, okay? Because it's a pattern. It's going to just keep on going. It's been going for years. They just can't, you know, they just don't have the creativity to come up with some other ways of doing stuff, you know. Thank you very much. Peace out.